What's going on, guys? Today we're going to do a real quick video on Chaz Lieberman, one of the most wanted bail office bounty targets. I'm going to show you how to find and secure him alive so you can get that 125k reward. When you first spawn in, you're going to want to call in a somewhat armored vehicle just because you will be shot at while driving around, but it doesn't need to be anything special. Something like the Karuma or the vehicle I called in will do just fine. Jeanette will then tell you to head to La Mesa to search for Chaz. Once there, you'll be tasked with finding and hacking 3 cell towers to triangulate his location. There are 4 possible areas around La Mesa where you can find the cell towers. It should be pretty obvious whether or not you're in the right place if you see enemies on the map and near the buildings. If you're struggling to find them, go up the ladder or find your way onto one of the taller buildings in the area and look around for the cell towers. You can go about them in any order you'd like, but for this video I'm going to say the first location is right when you get across the bridge into La Mesa. You just continue going straight and you're going to find a driveway off to your right where on the building in front of you, you'll find enemies waiting, as well as a ladder to get up to the cell tower in order to hack it. In each of these locations, you're typically going to find 1 enemy on the ground and 1 up near the cell tower. Once you've successfully hacked the first cell tower, go back onto the street where you came in, make a right, and then a left to the next street. The next cell tower location will be on this road off to the left. It should be pretty obvious as you'll have enemies waiting on the ground next to the ladder. Take out the enemies, go up the ladder, and hack the second cell tower. If you stay up near the cell tower for a second, you can actually see the third location directly in front of you. So all you have to do is get back in your vehicle and go straight down this small alleyway toward this building where again you'll see enemies waiting on the ground near the ladder. So if you haven't figured this out already, if you happen to see enemies standing outside of a building, you know you're in the right place. With this location, however, there's also a ladder in the back of the building. So if you want, you can go around and climb the ladder back there. Once you've hacked the last cell tower, get back in your vehicle and await Jeanette's update on Chaz's location. Don't go too far though, because it's going to be super close by. Once you get to the warehouse where they're holding Chaz Lieberman, you'll notice that this building is directly next to an LS Customs. Now before you go inside, just realize there are 2 ways that you can go about this. If you go in guns blazing, you're gonna have to do this really quickly before Chaz loses all of his health. It's not that it's all that difficult, it's just that you have to make sure that you kill each and every enemy before you can help Chaz escape. The other way you can do this is in stealth, although much like the other method, you still have to do it pretty quickly. If you take too long trying to take out each and every enemy quietly, there's a chance Chaz's health may be too low by the time you get to him. So in my opinion, go in quietly, take out a few enemies, and if they happen to see you, start popping off and pick up the speed. Once you get to Chaz, all you gotta do is walk up to him and secure him. And then just like that, we're all done. Until this. Yeah, so once they blow up your transporter, you're gonna have to do a lot of shooting. Just a quick tip, when you first walk outside, after the cutscene, you're probably gonna be focused on the enemies on the ground, but there's gonna be 2 that pop up on the building directly across from you, and you need to watch out because they can do the most damage not only to you, but more importantly to Chaz. As you can see, those guys did some serious damage to him. So wait for those 2 and take them out first, or directly after taking out the guys that you first see on the ground before heading down the tracks. As you continue moving down the tracks, more enemies will continue to spawn in front of you, and you're going to want to keep an eye out for the ones that are on the second level, meaning anyone that can shoot down at you from either a rooftop or a walkway. And another quick tip, I found it easiest to actually get some distance between me and Chaz Lieberman, because this way he's not in harm's way. So if you can, try and take out the enemies and move up to the next set as quickly as possible. Again, there's going to be plenty of enemies that you have to roll through, so this might take a while, but the most important thing is that you don't lose 2 lives and that you keep an eye on Chaz's health. Once you've taken them all out, your bail office transporter will spawn in a parking lot nearby, and then all we gotta do is drive him back to our bail office and we'll be done. I wouldn't say this is a really difficult mission, but it's certainly long because there are so many different enemies you have to take out and there are multiple steps before you can find Chaz. And then even once you find him, you have a long journey because of what happens to your bail office transporter. Overall, it's a pretty fun mission with a bunch of twists and turns, but at the end of the day, all that matters is that we captured and secured Chaz Lieberman alive, which means we can collect that 125k reward and toss that dude in our holding cell. Hope you found this video helpful and are able to capture and secure Chaz Lieberman with much less effort than me. As always, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Skull.